Welcome to Eastern Sierra Now. This is Jesse Steele for today, October 11th, 2021. Today is Indigenous Peoples Day, and that is a great holiday. I am glad that got passed in all the different places that it needed to be passed. We are so very lucky to live here in the Eastern Sierra, where we are surrounded by such great native culture and so many wonderful chances to not only witness, but participate with the indigenous peoples of our area, the Paiute Shoshone and the Timbisha Shoshone. Aho to my native brothers and sisters out there. So speaking of, we have a couple of pretty sweet things we've got on Eastern Sierra Now today about just that. Yoans Valley, that we all call home here in Bishop, some called it home well before we did. They call it the Payahunadu. Payahunadu has long been a place known for its appeal to the contemporary and traditional outdoor communities, says local Native American educator and culture historian Sage Romero. Their love for this place is something which is inherent within the Numu Niwi, and I apologize if I'm not getting that right. Pre-colonization, our communities and families moved freely across the valley floors and mountaintop passes. Recent history has employed practices of erasure language and separation from the land's narrative. The descendants of those people in balance now work to be included in the conversations and decisions regarding our homeland. Cultural suppression and loss are now being fought against through language, revitalization, song, art, knowledge, and efforts. Know that we are still here and will continue to be here. Our voices and bodies have survived the genocide of Indian wars, residential schools, relocation acts, gold rush, colonization, and more. We shall continue to be heard. We shall continue to be here until the prophecy of the stones weeping and turning comes to pass. Until the end. Muno. Romero is known worldwide for his cultural contributions to preserving his people's culture through art and dance as an honored member of not only Native society, but non-Native as well. And that was an exclusive quote given to Eastern Sierra Now from Sage, and we thank him for that. The native cultures of the Eastern Sierra has always been an integral part of our life, from Alice Piper of Big Pine being the first Native American child allowed to go to school with non-Native kids, all the way to the economic boost given by the Wanaha Casino here locally. We here at Eastern Sierra Now want to give our thanks for the many blessings our native cultures have given us here in the Eastern Sierra. A local resource that you can use to utilize and learn more about the diverse and beautiful culture that the Paiute Shoshone is bishop.paiutetribe.com. Another great source is Native News. Happy Indigenous Peoples Day. Well, I have got a lot of information and videos and interviews from the Lone Pine Film Festival this past weekend. One of my favorite moments from the festival, and the first in our series on the Lone Pine Film Festival, is an interview I got with actor and stuntman, but more importantly to me, martial arts Hall of Fame Apache knife fight instructor, Robert Redfeather. It was an honor to talk to Robert, and we got an interview that has been posted on our YouTube page as well as easternsierranow.com. So if you'd like to see the full interview, please head over there and check that out. I'll give just a little taste of it here so you can kind of see what we spoke about.
It's about time you learn our tradition.
Yeah.
So he took me in the backyard.
Yeah.
He got a tree branch, he broke it into half. He said, attack me. I looked at him and went, you're kidding. I can't, He hit me on the head, he hit me on the hands. So he got me mad enough, and sure enough, I attacked him, and I was black and blue. And I go, what is this? He goes, it's Apache knife fighting. Yeah. And I go, I never heard such a thing. But it was so interesting, because I was in martial arts. I've been in martial arts since I was 5 years old. Okay. And I'd never seen anything like that. Yeah. So I wanted him to teach me. And he did. And one day he was gone for a week to do cement work. Uh-huh. And my grandmother was in the backyard hanging up clothes with a clothespin. Yeah. And she had an apron with a big giant spoon, and she had a knife on her. And I was hitting the war post. And she goes, you're doing it wrong. I looked at her and I go, I'm not doing this wrong. Yeah. She goes, no, you're doing it wrong. I said, oh, no. And then she came over to me and started whacking me. And I, whoa. She goes, who do you think taught your grandfather? And I went, I'll be darned. And she taught my grandfather because during World War II, he was going off to war. And she wanted to make sure he came back. Yeah. So that was the reason why she taught him. Yeah. So when she went in the house, I chased her in the kitchen. I asked her, you got to tell me more. Yeah. She goes, most of the secrets always lie with the women, not the men. Interesting. The reason for that is because Apache people, if they die in battle, They got to leave something behind to teach the young or the next generation.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So when the men are captured, there's nobody to teach the young.
Yeah.
And everybody who wants something, they always ask the men, but they never ask the women.
Right.
So they have a lot of secrets.
Smart.
Yes. I always tell people, if you want to know something, ask the ladies.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for that, Robert. And again, head over to easternsierranow.com or Eastern Sierra Now on YouTube to check out that video interview. Now, there's a couple bits of Mammoth Lake's Chamber of Commerce news today. The Women in Business is taking place this week, Thursday, October 14th at 5 p.m. Women in Business will be continuing the conversation we started last month on Brené Brown's TED Talk. This month, we'll be breaking into smaller groups to do a deeper dive into the power of vulnerability. Join them at the Black Velvet Wine Bar for an exhilarating discussion. Again, that was October 14th at 5 p.m. For more information, you can head over to Mammoth Lake's Chamber of Commerce or see the article at easternsierranow.com. Another Mammoth Lake's Chamber event coming up is the November Power Lunch. It will be the first part of their winter customer service workshops. The Mammoth Lakes Chamber of Commerce has countless valuable weekly meetings and events that can really help you grow your business. Here's one that they recently posted for November 16th or November 17th. Our November Power Lunch will be the first part of our winter community service workshops. This luncheon, specifically geared for owners and managers, will focus on leveraging each employee's genius to create a highly functional and motivated team. Gear up for the winter rush by attending the Chamber of Commerce customer service workshops. In addition to the management luncheon, we'll also be holding a frontline customer service workshop available either November 16th at 4 or November 17th at 9 a.m. Businesses will be entered into a drawing, 1 ticket per attending employee, to win 2 private coaching sessions with our speaker or 2 complimentary tickets to a future power luncheon. For over 30 years, Joe Zuleika has focused on leadership and talent management, hiring, training, and developing hundreds of employees in leadership positions from all over the world. As a workshop facilitator, she focuses on interactive lessons that give participants tactical tips and tools to take with them and leverage long after the workshop ends. By engaging in actionable, relevant exercises, we gain new best practices to draw from in our daily work and lives. Developing strong service, culture, and teamwork doesn't happen by accident, but it's also not hard. When we elevate our own awareness and develop key skills, anything is possible, including more fun at work. Who doesn't want that? You can learn how to resolve conflict, give feedback, draw boundaries, motivate others, and speak with comfortable personal authority with Joe's teachings, all while staying true to yourself with an inner sense of calm and self-mastery. Joe's style is warm and approachable, interactive and personalized. She inspires and teaches both frontline staff and managers and owners to up-level their skills and fulfillment. For more information on that, see the Mammoth Lakes Chamber of Commerce website or easternsierranow.com. So LIDWP has its second annual Upper Owens River Stewardship event. Volunteers invited to help clean up the watershed, Brown's Campground, Layton Springs, and Benton Crossing area. Breakfast and lunch are provided. Nature-based kids activities and fly fishing demo will also be provided. Masks and social distancing are required. Masks, gloves, trash bags, and trash grabbers will be provided. Saturday, October 16th, 9 a.m. to noon. Meet at the Upper Owens Benton Crossing Road parking lot. To RSVP, call 760-872-1220 or email jeff@esiaonline.org. That's ESIA online.org. And for a map location, you can see easternsierranow.com. The State Water Board launches new era of stream restoration at Mono Lake. Ecologically beneficial flow releases and Grant Dam modernization required. The release of a new California State Water Resources Control Board order marks a new era in the efforts to restore 20 miles of Mono Lake's tributary streams to ecologically healthy levels. The board's restoration action is built on a voluntary 2013 settlement agreement between the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power, California Department of Fish and Wildlife, California Trout, and the Mono Lake Committee to make needed improvements, including to wildlife habitat and to upgrade the Grant Lake Reservoir Dam infrastructure to improve stream flows. In the face of rising temperatures and drier climates, we have to rethink the way we preserve our natural world and work together to ensure we can count on access to water for generations to come, said Los Angeles Mayor Eric Garcetti. This collaboration between the City of Los Angeles, Mono Lake Committee, and the state will help make some of our most crucial waterways more resilient as we grapple with our new reality of longer and more intense droughts. The updated requirements implemented in Water Rights Order 2021-0086 were designed by independent fisheries and stream scientists based on a decade of research on the best methods to accomplish the State Water Board's goal of restoring functional and self-sustaining stream systems with healthy riparian ecosystem components and trout in good condition. The order requires delivery of in-stream minimum flows designed to mimic the natural patterns of Sierra snowmelt streams in order to reactivate natural processes that shape and sustain healthy streams. For more on this story, see easternsierranow.com. So with our snow at the beginning of the weekend and then warming spell, and now back to snow and wind, extreme wind as I look out my office window, a few Mono County roads reopened this morning, and then they closed again. The Retz Meadow Road has reopened and then closed. There is some snow in the forecast, and in preparation for that, they've closed them again. So Retz Meadow Road and Lakes Basin roads are, in fact, closed as of now, temporarily. Several of the high passes are also closing, so please keep track of that with Caltrans at roads.dot.ca.gov. Travelers should expect the snow and ice are still along mountain roads that are open, so please travel with tire chains and be prepared. So, remember when the Broncos had to have a last-minute game on Friday? Luckily, Stacy Van Ness, athletic director for Bishop Union High School, managed to secure a space in Highland High School in Bakersfield on Friday. Well, that turned out to be a very great game. The Broncos agreed to drive to and play Highland High School in Bakersfield at 10 p.m. Thursday night. Big thanks to the Broncos staff and athletic director Stacy Van Ness, who drove vans to allow the Broncos to play. We ultimately lost 28-20, but it was a great experience for the team. Colt Madison had a great overall game, making 9 solo tackles on defense. Kennedy Batchelder also had a strong game on defense, making 13 total tackles. Walker Rose Kruger had a productive night at receiving, pulling in 2 catches for 94 yards and a touchdown. Zach Maharo added 2 more touchdowns to his total for the season, with 1 on the ground and 1 reception from quarterback Jacob Redmond. Next up for the Broncos is a trip to rival Kern Valley this Friday. So, the Broncos lost, unfortunately, but it sounded like it was a very great game. Final score, 28-20. For more information or to see links to all of the different sources where you can find game footage and this material, head over to easternsierranow.com. And remember that Eastern Sierra Now has all the Bishop Bronco home games in their entirety on our website and our YouTube channel. Well, I think that's going to do it for October 11th. Again, happy Indigenous Peoples Day. It's been a long day today. The wind is just zapping the energy out of me. I think what I need is coffee. So I am going to head down to Brewed Awakening. There is nothing like their dirty bean coffee. I know that does not in any way sound appetizing, but I'm telling you, it gets the fires going. They have sandwiches, salads. They make anything you could possibly think of. You go in there and something different every day. Strawberry pizza, just a lot of really fantastic stuff. You need to head down to Big Pine and check that out. They do close at, I believe, 1 every day. So make sure you get there in the morning, but that's your best time for coffee anyway. So head down there, tell them that Eastern Sierra Now sent you, and they'll probably give you a sarcastic comment. But that's what they're known for, is sarcasm. It's right there on the sign. All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. This is Jesse Steele with Eastern Sierra Now for October 11th, 2021.